Yes.
Hi everyone, this is Didi.
And I am Fred. And this is our 36-foot floating home sunshine.
Join us as we go sailing.
Hello everybody. Here we are on a Friday morning on the way to Gan Atoll in the southern end of the Maldives. Right there you can see my high-priced, highly effective apparent wind indicator, which shows that we're just about exactly on a beach. It's been squally all morning. We have managed not to get any rain so far. Lots of rain yesterday off and on, but so far today, nothing. Now, I'm flying double main and the staysail. I'd say that based on the wind, I could be carrying more sail, and you'd be correct. But with these squalls, never can be sure, and sometimes the wind gets up to 25 knots or so, which means the boat would be overpowered if we were sailing with the full main and the anchor. As it is, we're making about 4.5 knots anyway. See the sea state coming up from the south-southwest. It's blowing, according to Fred's, not only his sophisticated apparent wind indicator, but the ocean water gives me the wind speed. True wind speed, that is. See, we're standing up, just starting to do white horses. So that means 15 to 18 knots, somewhere in that range. And the crests are almost collapsing on themselves, which means there's probably a small south-setting current. If the waves are flowing against the current, the tops of the waves will collapse down on the wave. It won't crest over and keep going in front of the wave. Okay, what you're looking at here, this little guy, is a little link arm that I hook on the end of this stud to lock the auxiliary rudder so it's centered. Of course, it's disconnected now because I've got the wind vane operating. May not seem like much, but there it is in action. My horizontal axis inclined 20 degrees. That helps to dampen the steering motion. And when the boat heels, it pushes the blade into the wind, thereby providing automatically more rather than less weather help. And I've got the blade restrained there with that small piece of black line so it doesn't lift way up almost horizontal. I only need about as much motion as it's giving me, 40 or 45 degrees, is enough for the control lines to turn that little piece of wood there attached to the trim tab shaft down there, trailing in the auxiliary rudder, and that steers just fine. For those of you who work factor. It is quite necessary to get the sail plan balanced on the hull to drive the sail plan. Because wind vanes cannot hold what are now lee helm without altering its wildly different wind shift. The same can be said true for the main rudder. I can't put the helm in artificially with the main rudder because if the wind increases or decreases, the boat will either round up or pair off depending on what I'm adding in helm with the main rudder. So the main rudder must be neutral or straight fore and aft, and the sail plan must be balanced near to perfection for any wind vane system to operate properly. This is also necessary if I happen to be using the autopilot to activate the auxiliary rudder. In these conditions, the wind vane's actually better because the autopilot lags too much and then it gets into the steering loop. Even though I've got sensitivity adjustments set for best case scenario, especially under power. And actually, the boat is so well balanced, even though it is hard for a boat to get over itself. I'll put that link on the auxiliary rudder tiller. Lock the auxiliary sail and sail. This will benefit. One of the things you have to learn how to do if you're going to sail around with wind vane on your boat. You have to learn to balance the sail plan against the hull and not overpower the boat. Especially my boat. It doesn't do any good to put the rail in the water because it's a shallow drag keel, and the boat just winds up making a hell of a lot of leeway. Even though you think you're going fast forward, you're also going a lot sideways, which is not advantageous. Much better to keep the heel down around 15 degrees at most by reducing sail area as necessary. Anyway, that's the wind vane in action, at least on a beam reach. Haven't really had wind after the beam on this trip, so maybe later I'll get a chance to show that.